Hey everybody, got a cool video today talking about how to analyze your own swing as part of the How to Analyze Your Own Swing series that I have on my channel. I'm going to talk about what to look for and how the club waves at the top in transition, okay? So this is just a preference. It's not the only way to do it, but this is how I prefer to see my clients move the club in transition. So we got Bill here. Who, if I just show you guys first in normal speed, has a very typical, a subtle over the top movement with the shaft, where when he gets to the top, you can see the shaft is quite flat and then steepens in transition, causing him to be very steep in the downswing, and he has a late shallow because he's pretty athletic. He late shallows to get it inside out, but the contact is all over the place, so that he hits it very to the right often, and the ball speed is not very good for the amount of club head speed he produces. So again, I'll show you very slowly. You can see he rolls his forearms early in the takeaway, which causes the shaft to be a little flatter for my liking at left arm parallel, where you can see that club is pointing at the quad. What I like to see is the club to point at the ball. I'm going to show it in the video on the right. And as he gets to the top, because he's so forearm rotated early in the backswing, he steepens the club in transition, and the club goes from flat to steep in transition. Not my preference, okay? So what I have him do initially at first is to feel no forearm rotation as he right wrist bends. So you can see here, if he right wrist bends with no forearm rotation, at the shaft parallel, you can see the club is pointing more closed, 1030-ish with the toe, which I like. And then as he goes up, club is way steeper at left arm parallel, as you guys can see. And that's the kind of backswing I want. By doing no forearm rotation in the takeaway, in the backswing, that typically gets the shaft steeper, and that helps us forearm rotate and flatten later in transition. But we haven't talked about that too much yet. I'm just really talking about the backswing first to make sure he sets it up properly. So you guys can see, if I play this for you guys at normal speed first, he already does a very good job of getting the shaft steeper and then flattening in transition, and as a result gets us to hit little push draws right away. So I play this very slowly, takes it away, less forearm rotation, club is more at 1030, keeps taking it away, shaft is way steeper as a result. Now he's pointing slightly inside the ball, which we like, compared to being video on the left. You can see at shaft parallel, toe is basically at 12 o'clock. Left arm parallel, shaft is pointing outside the ball. So we don't want that, and as a result, as he gets to the top, shaft is steeper, and then he actually waves it back. So it actually goes from steep to shallow, which I really, really like, okay? So that's what I want to see from most of my clients who hit the ball well, is to get the club waving back behind them in transition as opposed to waving in front of them. And then once we got that going, we added the downswing, where I asked him to add a little bit of a looping feel, where he just keeps his arms back more as he down hinges. So you guys can see with the down hinge, the club shallows out even more, okay? Feels like the club really comes from way back, way in this direction. You guys know I like to see the club travel in that direction. Club travels way back and down as he rotates to promote more rotation of the body. And as he goes in normal speed, you guys can see a very obvious. Why was this video lagging so much? That's weird. Oh, that's better. So you guys can see a normal speed, steep to shallow, a very obvious wave back with the shaft. See that? I love that in transition. Shallow early to promote more rotation through the ball to deliver a more stable face. Love that. So if I actually compare what should I compare? Actually, I'll compare it to the previous video first. So you can see a video 2, which is kind of in between video 1 and 3. He is shallowing. He's waving a little bit back now, but because it's still steep, he's very stand-up-ish at impact. Okay, he's lost his inclination. His right arm is very straight. Things that I don't really like. And because now he's waving the club and shallowing it back more in transition, you guys can see he's able to rotate more. A little bit more rotation at impact. A little bit more of the back of his left leg. He's maintaining his posture a lot better. He's not as hunched here as you guys can see on the right. So lots of good stuff just by trying to shallow more in the downswing, which is why I like things to wave back as opposed to wave in front in transition. Okay, by getting shallower early in the transition, that gives us the best chance at rotating through the ball while maintaining posture, which is typically beneficial for most amateur players. So if I show you guys swing 1 to swing 3, big difference here. Again, early form rotation, flat backswing, causing it to steepen in transition, causing it to wave in front, which I don't like. Compared to video on the right, you can see how much steeper he is on the right. And then he waves it way back. Love that. Love how it flows on the right. So quickly here, video on the left, original swing, too much form rotation, then he steepens in transition. Video on the right, steeper in the backswing, and then adding that wave and down hinge in the back and in the downswing to help get us where we want. Flowing so nice. So if you're someone who struggles with waving the club in front and getting steep in transition, you guys like Bill on the original video on the right doing that, I would suggest you guys work on decreasing the amount of form rotation so that the club points more inside the ball in the backswing, and then start working on kind of looping or waving the club back more, downhinging the club back more, to do whatever it takes to shallow early to get this club waving back instead of waving in front like this video on the right. So hope that helps. Quick video on where we want the club to wave towards the top of backswing into transition. Again, I like the video on the right instead of the video on the left. So hope that makes sense. As a general rule of thumb, steep backswing to flat downswing is what we kind of want. So work on that, guys, if that's something that you guys struggle with. So hope that helps. Any questions, leave in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.